Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a sacred unions reading, a spine of fire to see where the masculines on the left and feminines on the right are at this time, what the points of connection through the chakras are doing in the connections at this time. And we're going to look at what those energies are, how each counterpart is experiencing them, and what is likely to unfold going forward on all of these levels. And to begin, I'm going to pull one card to see what the current overarching energy is. Let's get into it. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the collective that joins me here? The first card that's going to be coming up is unification. So that is so beautiful. Let's get into what we can for how the masculines are experiencing the journey at this time. How they are consciously perceiving their feminine as it relates to their awareness of the journey and the growth they are experiencing. How are the feminines experiencing the journey at this time on all these levels? And how are they viewing their masculine in relation to how they are experiencing their side of the energy? Okay, and the first card that I'm going to pull is from this new deck. It is the Modern Nirvana Oracle. I've been using it 2 days now and I love it. Let's have a look. What is the main energy we can see for the collective at this time? Sacred Union energies. We are getting abundance. Heck yeah. Okay, let's have a read. Oh, it's kind of nice. There aren't butterflies on that necklace, but it looks a bit like this. Okay, abundance. Simplicity, patience, compassion. These are 3 of your greatest treasures. Lao Tzu. Allow the feeling of abundance to wash over you. Focus on all of the incredible blessings in your life. Wow, that message to focus on what we can be grateful for, the blessings, has come through every single private read these days. Last 3 days, solid. Feel your heart beat and your breath move. Do you have all of your senses? Do you have food on the table, a bed at night? Find the abundance in the little things. Materialism can be a distraction that pulls us away from our true essence. Ask yourself at this moment what you truly have in abundance: life, love, family, relationships. As much as you can, live in a state of appreciation of your abundance. It is often from that space where you believe that you are blessed and live in contentment that unexpected blessings arrive. How beautiful. Okay, so we are being asked to walk in the energy of abundance. Everything is always working out for you, for me, for us. Yes. Okay, on the crown chakra, we are getting unification. Seal of clairsentience. That is connection to source. That is understanding. That is getting the downloads, the clarity. It says clarity, knowledge, channeling, and unification. Another repeat message in private sessions the last few days is allowing fear to get out of the way and allowing the divine love to come through us towards our counterpart. And I've been praying that the divine love me through the vessel that is my counterpart, just as I allow the divine to love my counterpart through me. And that is such a message to get on the crown chakra here, which is our connection to source. What's going to be coming? Wow. This really is the leadership. This is the life purpose. This is what comes from union. It's being the light in the world as far as interpersonal relationships, harmony, peace in these dynamics. This is being channeled to us to be these living, breathing works of divine art into the world. How are the masculines experiencing this right now? Wow, the moon. I'm hearing some of them can't turn their brain off at night because they're getting so many downloads right now about union, about how they can bridge, about what true abundance means, about how they can give back. They're coming into alignment with purpose, and they're getting a lot of transmissions about what that can look like in their particular station in life. How is this being related to the feminine? Wow, they're very much just open to see how it transpires, how the alignment comes in. The Three of Wands is the card before the 11-11 union. And, you know, the life purpose is that missing spark that brings in the union. I've said it, that we cannot step onto purpose unless we've stepped out of karmic patterns and healed. And then stepping into purpose is like the growth of the tree of life, coming up through that adversity into our higher calling. And that is what is required for sacred union. So the masculines are getting that memo right now, and they are preparing to create this fourth pillar in their foundation for union by applying what they're channeling right now on Most High. Wow, how are the feminines experiencing this energy? 10 of Wands, Lord of Oppression in the inverse. So the feminines all have something that they are in the process of releasing fully from their lives that frees them up to be at peace in these love connections. The 10 of Wands also reduces to the Ace of Wands. So there are mathematical equations on both sides here. It's making sense on the crown chakra. The end of burden and the liberation. So feminines, pray for instruction on how to release anything that is from the old world, from your life, that no longer serves. How are the feminines viewing their masculine in relation to that? 8 of Wands. In the inverse, I'm getting that the feminines are very much focused on the things at hand, and it's one of the first and only times they've truly been able to see their side of the energy with safety and clarity and peace, so they can have full accountability where they're not feeling rejected by the masculine, but held, protected, honored, respected. These journeys have allowed the feminines to come through the over-emotionality and into sovereignty. So right now the feminines are experiencing quite a sovereign energy, very much good on their own, while the masculines are seeing how their life purpose will be that final pillar to signal that union is appropriate. They're getting this download from the divine that this path of purpose, this missing piece in their life, is what is required for union readiness. What can we see on the third eye? The intuition. Seal of harmonic order. Harmony, cooperation, dynamic interaction. Both counterparts are understanding intuitively how these connections are based on harmony, promote harmony, are harmonic in by contrast to other previous karmic scenarios. There is an intention being set that peace and harmony prevail between the two. We have been, over the cycles on this journey, we've been learning how to anchor love and the filter of love rather than fear. Harmonic resonance is becoming very clear and accessible for the counterparts to see it for what it is, how to cultivate it, how to foster it, and to discern when harmony is not available by taking and leaving certain things that no longer offer harmonic experience. Okay, right. So third parties are fully being laid to rest, I heard. So if there's been any lingering energies, those are being left in the past strictly because they don't afford harmony in the lives of the counterparts. They are not abundant life-filled energies. And so whatever is not of that aliveness frequency is being released. So even if there were attractions and desires and lust and coveting and anything that compelled the counterparts in other directions in the past, those things have been weeded out. How are the masculines experiencing this energy? The lovers, they're getting a lot of clear, insightful downloads about what causes harmony and what doesn't promote harmony in their life in general, and about relationships. They're also being shown how this relationship differs. How do they, it's causing their heart to grow fonder for you, divine feminines, because they're seeing how this relationship is truly set apart. What are the feminines seeing about harmony? Wow, the sun in the inverse. So feminines are not directly using this intuitive energy to directly secure the connection with the masculine. They're leaving spaciousness for periods of ebb and flow. So they're not forcing harmony, not desiring the connection to be further along than it is. The feminines are allowing for space and also open to the connection coming in the right way, in the right time. So the feminines are understanding space and time as blessings of alignment. How is this related to their masculine? They're experiencing themselves as actually loving their masculine and not settling for any kind of connectivity that isn't fully mutual. I'm also hearing the feminines are respecting the masculine's prerogatives to have had other energies in their orbit, and seeing how they themselves, the feminines, are also fully confidently releasing any kind of energies from the past that have not produced harmony. Only a love like this will do. Okay, what can we see for the throat chakra, communication? Temple of the Moon Goddess, emotional transparency, nurturance, and grace. So isn't that interesting? We got the moon first out for the masculines on the crown chakra. So they're getting downloads about this emotional transparency and what to say to open up about their emotional truths. Wow. Because the feminines, because you are the moon goddess, feminines, you are this divine feminine energy that truly is able to hold safe emotional space for your masculine through your nurturance, through the grace, through your ability to allow the ebb and flow. So, I mean, we've got the sun and the moon here, you respecting the masculine in their need for their own sovereignty in the journey to come to these truths, first person. They are coming to the truths, and that is ripe in the communication on the throat chakra here that they wish to express to you, divine feminines, their emotional truth as discerned through their own communion and seeking higher translation for those things. Where is this going? Focusing on the love, not the things that have fallen short or missed the mark. I'm hearing that there were 3 attempts at expressing love that did not make the cut in the past. And this is the opportunity to rectify those past experiences that were not up to par, up to the standard of real love. How are the masculines experiencing this? They know that this is the real deal. The 10 of Pentacles. No other feminine has inspired them to know themselves this well in order to connect with them. How are they feeling about their feminine directly? Ace of Earth. This is the offer. 11 Z's, 10 and 1. They want to offer you more than the truth. This time, feminines, is what I heard. How are the feminines experiencing this? 9 of Wands, Lord of great strength, so perseverance. It is incredibly masterful and strong for the feminines to hold this kind of nurturance for you masculines without momming you, without a power hierarchy, without superiority, inferiority complexes. Your feminine has maintained their sovereignty, and that is their masterful strength to do so without being your moral code, without preaching to you, without trying to sell you on something, just loving you, just holding space. How are the feminines viewing their masculines? 5 of Swords. They know that this is a testament of their own free will, that the feminines are choosing consciously. It requires great strength because it's actually quite easy to flail and blame and accuse and read energy in a irresponsible way where it's just a bunch of flinging monkey poop. The feminines know that these connections give them the opportunity to see things correctly, righteously, truthfully. And the feminines are so proud of themselves and their journey of becoming to actually be safe space for you masculines. What can we see on the heart chakra? Blue star of hope, ascension, surrender, and purification. This is a heart opening. This is the high heart blossoming as well. This is true compassion coming in. Where is that going? Yeah, truth. This is the transformed way of communicating where it's safe to express from the heart, from the soul, to channel that ascended way of interacting, no longer focused and communicating about the lower world, the lack, loss, competition templates. We're moving into the abundant life-filled templates in relationship. How are the masculines experiencing this? They have healthy pride. It is their honor. It is their glory to be on these journeys. They're doing this on behalf of their ancestors with the raven there and eternal love. So these masculines are tuning into their galactic selves, their cosmic selves, their larger than life, their eternal selves, their noble selves, their divine selves. How are they relating to the feminines? The Seven of Worth. This masculine is looking at these little fairies, the elementals, and surveying the awesome, natural, organic unfolding in the connection, and reading omens, I'm hearing, from this level of gratitude and perspective of mastery. They're able to see the signs, the synchronicities, the alignments, the timing, the truth, the resonance, the harmony, the divine orchestration. Your essence, feminines. Things really have come to light for these masculines about the connection. Just because they haven't come forward yet doesn't mean that they're not poised and ready when the time feels right. This masculine is almost asking the elements for the go-ahead. So something still needs to fall into place, but the masculines are embodying this patient kindness while they await this opportunity. What are the feminines experiencing? Oh, the Seven of Pentacles, Lord of Success Unfulfilled. So the feminines are rising up above the previous starts, false starts, the unfulfilled interactions that fell short. There is a very perceptive, decisive, discerning energy for the feminines that they will not settle. Not with this masculine, not with anyone. And they are simply waiting for the awareness, the confirmation to arise, whereby the real thing shows up. And the masculines are preparing to bring that real thing forward. How are the feminines viewing the masculines? Oh goodness, the Seven of Pentacles. Like they're about to take immediate action. Do you see that? We have the Seven of Pentacles across the board. 3 different decks. That is some ascended not chance. So the feminines are aware that the masculines are imminent in this approach. They can feel how extraordinary the masculines are and how they have been working diligently to become this version of themselves. The feminines do feel so loved, masculines. What can we see for the solar plexus chakra? Temple of celestial revelations, that cosmic, that galactic. We have angelic assistance, truth, salvation, and majesty. If you do not feel it for your connection yet, that you can perceive on this level of divinity, that it's not at this place of majesty yet, pray to be shown the elements of your connection that would legitimately express this and deepen your confirmation that it is safe to believe your love this way. If you truly cannot see those kinds of things in your connection. Let that connection go so that a connection that does include these energies can come in for you. But this is the revelation period for those who are aware, and this is resonating. This revelation of love will continue to unfold through us as we open our channels and dispel the fear within each of us in these connections, within each counterpart. Only divine love, giving and receiving, remains. When we truly clear the fear, we have trust and love, home to stay. What's coming in the connection? Wow, the King of Wands, poised and ready. There's a salamander that is about the new beginning in hand. You know, these masculines are ready to deploy this truth. I want to do this in person. I just heard, how are the masculines experiencing this energy on the solar plexus? The Queen of Cups. Boy, do they ever have an immense amount of love. But their intuition is coming to the forefront, where they are not insatiable. They are handling the lust. I heard they're mastering the beast, so that they can actually allow their emotions and their spiritual awareness of this connection to be included, so that the passion and the physical, the animal instincts, the chemistry doesn't overpower. They are so attracted to you, feminines, that in the past, the sexual desire has been so great that their emotions and their communication of the energetics, these things were not able to be expressed in your presence. As these masculines are coming into embodiment, into alignment, they are seeing themselves balance and temper these impulses so they can be around you and do this connection justice. I heard. What can we see for how this relates to the feminine? The High Priestess. So they know that you've picked up on the imbalances, whether that's anxiety or skepticism or fear of abandonment. You've picked up on your masculine having certain things bubbling under the surface that they were not communicating. And they don't want you to feel any of those things. That's never been their intention, for you to see right through them like that when they have not been in alignment fully. This has been the best sharpening stone. Your purity, your giftings, your ability to see them that way has been terrifying and divine. Love is winning, and that is becoming the truth of their whole being for you. That's breathtaking. How are the feminines experiencing this revelation of truth? There's the King of Wands. I just heard they'll believe it when they see it. They're trying not to get too excited about the intuitive premonitions. The High Priestess in the inverse and the Queen of Cups can also say that the masculines want to sweep you off your feet, and they want to surprise you. They want to have a grand impression. And so it's very beautiful, feminines, that you are in so much trust that you don't need to be vigilant. You are prepared, you are ready, you are grounded, but you are not hyper vigilant. in scouring the horizon for this, so that your masculine can actually come in a grounded, stable way without expectation and fear on either side. So this can be real. The most real of anything either of you have ever experienced. So the feminines are getting the divine guidance to be good on their own, and the masculines are preparing. What can we see for the feminines here? The world in the inverse. This is giving energy of the final hour, the clock striking, midnight. So there might be something right at midnight that is a fated event, fated meeting for some. Coming down to the wire, take that how it resonates. The final hour. There's something that is divinely orchestrated that will happen when it will happen, and the truth will be revealed. What can we see on the sacral chakra? Seal of indivisibility, or individuality. Okay, sorry. There's another card that says indivisibility, and I was throwing that in the blank. Authenticity, uniqueness, integration. Wow. So this diamond codes I heard. So each counterpart has truly come into their authenticity and are truly set apart. There are no other frequency matches for these counterparts because they have come into excellence and uniqueness and are only compatible with their counterpart here. There's no mistaking who belongs with who, I just heard. On the sacral chakra, it is a perfect match, a perfect fit. So many times we have seen these connections not fit in to a nice tidy box regarding how we typically see worldly or material realm pairings. There's inevitably a very unique difference. These are new and unusual, never before seen combinations. They're genius. However, the energy I'm feeling here is that because of the frequency match that we're attaining, they make perfect sense now. They didn't make perfect sense when we hadn't come to the forefront as our unique expressions of self, but as we fully, unapologetically step into that in broad daylight for all to see, it becomes so absolutely evident what a match these counterparts are to all who witness it. I just heard made of pure love. This is what people will say. Now they are made of pure love. These couples will be celebrated by those who in an old energy might have been skeptical. You know, when people around anyone show that resistance and judgment, it's a opportunity to hone and be sharpened and to come into the confident embodiment of truth. It can go many ways when we're met with resistance, but when we see people going through that kind of an experience where others are questioning them, it is a stage of development where we're learning not to doubt ourselves, and so we manifest that in our reality as a sharpening stone. We've come past that here. We've gone through various stages for the collective that I am so honored to channel for here. We've gone through various stages where we've come out of naivety. We have tested the connections. We have confirmed the connections. We have prepared for union. And now we are seeing divine decree that union energies are being brought in here. On the crown chakra, these downloads are for unification. We've been seeing recently in the readings that the masculines are being instructed to pray for specific instruction in how to bring these connections in. And here in this sacred union reading, we are seeing that the masculines are awaiting go time, green light. This is dependent on each counterpart striking the harmonic resonance of their unique soul print with authenticity. That is what signals that these connections are ready to come in. How are the feminines, am I doing this? Page of Cups, surrendering. This is the sweetness. I don't know if I pulled two cards, but I was instructed to pull this one as well. In order for the feminines to receive their divine masculine authentically, they must surrender their ego, their fear, their projections, their expectations, the way they think it should look. And this is why I believe I mentioned earlier on this reading that I've been personally instructed to pray that the divine love me through my counterpart the way I'm meant to be loved. And that I should open fearlessly to allow the divine to love my counterpart through me the way he is meant to be loved. I'm choking up, but I heard without fear. These journeys are not for the faint of heart, and they are teaching us all to live in the energy of love. This is on the sacral chakra. The King of Wands is the monogamous king. Another message here with the feminines getting the King of Wands in the inverse is that the feminines are leaving it up to the masculine to come in when they know that their feminine is the best one for them on an energetic level, emotional level, conscious mind level, physical level. And the feminines are not investing into the connection through expectations or longing or... Now, this is a sacred union reading, so if you are in that paradigm still, feminines, where you are still imbalanced and craving and longing, let this be a message of coming into peace. Because that craving and longing can represent fear that you won't have your masculine choose you. When you come past those illusions that you're not worthy of love, that longing will subside and you will feel resonance with your masculine choosing you. And that will be a way of life for you, that you know your worthiness and you know that your masculine is aligned. And that knowing is magnetic because that is a signal, an energetic signal that informs your masculine who their feminine truly is. I'm hearing again, through good times and bad, sickness and in health, thick and thin. These masculines know that you love them. When you are confident in the love, that is the reflection back to them who you are to them. That is the confirmation. So these masculines are awaiting the timing to acknowledge this and to affirm that you are their choice. Wow. What can we see on the root chakra? So that's the sacral chakra. So for those in this collective, there's a siren sending love. For those in this collective, this is romantic. This is a confirmation of you being their full sensual choice. What can we see on the root chakra? Andromedan Stargate, invention, innovation, scientific pursuits. Oh, wow. This is my card of bringing things into the physical and seeing things actually playing out in the material realm. That requires that we move through the faith, the calibration of the emotions, the conscious mind, and setting the container in the physical for this love to come in and thrive and be protected going forward. Scientific pursuits, that is getting to see things playing out in the physical, observable, things we can witness, things we can that are tangible. What can we see for the energies coming in? The transformation. So this is the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. These connections have been sacred. They have been developing outside of the gaze of prying eyes I just heard. No more. They're coming into the physical, and they are like nothing the world has seen. What are the masculines experiencing? Right now, they're very much being shown the reality of the fallen concepts and thoughts and wounding and pain. I heard they're kissing it goodbye. They're saying goodbye to this. They're checking their fear at the door. I just heard in preparation to say, I'm home. I heard, can I come in? How are these masculines viewing their feminine? The sun, here is that, ta-da! They've just got a little processing to do here in preparation. Stage fright, cold feet, they're getting that out of the way. They're really looking this heartache in the eye and affirming that it doesn't live in this connection. And they know that things are going to come to light about this love soon. What are the feminines experiencing here with this grounding into the physical? Nine of Cups, the Lord of material happiness. Masculines, your feminines choose you just as much as you're choosing them. It's mutual. It's absolutely mutual. They wish for this day in, day out with all their heart, mind, body, soul. How are they viewing the masculine in this energy? Nine of Wands. The feminines are feeling relief. I can just call it relief coming in the energy. They've felt the heaviness lift. The feminines have felt something changing. The feminines have offloaded a great deal of their karmic burden. They've witnessed their masculines offloading a great deal of their karmic burden. And the feminines are seeing everyone's life that's involved lightening. And so they know that whatever is to come is going to be good indeed. Okay, what can we see for a final message here? Which deck shall I get? Those ones. What can we see for the collective that joins me here? Creation, water. I'm hearing set intentions. I'm seeing divine counterparts putting intentions into water, not unlike writing love on it and having that there and sharing a drink of water together, that they have put unified love intention into together. So what a beautiful, we have all these doves for peace. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Many blessings, everyone. Again, what an honor. Oh, I just missed 4444. But okay, until we meet again. Bye for now.